Hey, what's up, everybody? We're getting ready to start this thing. Give me 1 second as I just quickly share this thing around on social media. If you guys are jumping in, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. It helps out with the algorithm because YouTube sucks. And the only way to get exposed around here is with the algorithm. If you guys can hit the like button, I appreciate that. Also, if you direct yourself to the chat, there is a poll there. I'm trying to get my wife to watch and react to Dragon Ball Evolution. And you're probably wondering, Rob, that's considered spouse abuse. Many would consider that. But I like the movie. She never seen it. I think she would enjoy it. So I think it would be entertaining. Anyway, everything is up. We're going to go ahead and start the show. Again, smash the like button. We had 20 people. There's only 9 likes. You guys are letting me down. Don't let me down. Okay? Gravity has already let my body down. So don't let me down. All right, here we go. Here we go, guys. Ready? Hey, what's up? Hey, I found somebody on the way.
Wow.
Somebody on the way.
What's up? I was in the dairy product section.
In dairy product section. Welcome. I appreciate you popping in.
What's up, boys? It's okay. My wife was able to get everybody at the house just in time.
Everybody get out. No.
I honestly think she used me as an excuse just for everybody to leave.
Oh, so your show.
Yeah.
Happy Father Day, everybody. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Papa's Day to all the papas and all those that are going to be papas one day.
Yep.
That's definitely not me, but happy Father's Day to everybody.
Hey, man, you fur daddies also count.
I don't have that either.
Get fish. I don't know.
All my fur babies are dead. I do got their ashes in the ottoman behind me. That's kind of creepy, but it's true.
You think?
Right in the same closet with my mom's ashes, which is even creepier.
This went dark real quick.
Seriously, I was just trying to be peppy and nice.
All right, everybody.
Like pet cemetery in the backyard.
Right? If you guys are popping in for the first time, please do me a favor, hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Also, there is a poll up. I'm trying to get my wife to do a reaction video with me to watch Dragon Ball Evolution when we move into the house. I'm like, hey, watch Dragon Ball Evolution with me. It's a crappy movie. You like crappy movies, you might like it. So she's like, nobody wants to see that.
Where is that poll at? I got to find it.
I put it up
on the YouTube side.
Why would that? Y'all go into a new house. You're supposed to be all joyous and celebratory. Y'all gonna watch Dragon Ball.
I like Dragon Ball Evolution.
I still have not seen that stuff.
That should cause her to make you sleep on the couch for at least 60 days.
3 weeks later, they're
60 days.
They're in marriage counseling.
60 days.
That's like
60 days on the couch.
I right before the show, I was actually like a couple minutes late because I was like, "Hey, watch the trailer," and she's like, "Why is he white?" I'm just like,
wow,
this is gonna go well. This is gonna go real well.
I'm like, you don't even know anything about Dragon Ball. What are you saying that for?
So you're gonna second guess why she married you.
You probably already second guessed that.
Oh, wow.
So I guess we'll hit on the main topic, or not the main topic, but the main topic to me in my heart, even though I know Danny is a hater. But I want to talk about Spaceballs. My boy Mel Brooks roasted everybody in Hollywood with just text for 36 seconds. Like completely roasted everybody.
So hard for a trailer in my life. And again, he said there was no words. Just rolling text. It was shots at everybody from Disney to even Star Wars, even DC. You know, everybody. Jurassic Park. He made
DC Attempt Part 1. DC Attempt Part 2.
He's just trying to aliens and predators.
Yup, Harry Potter movies and the show. I was
Listen,
like, man,
Mel Brooks is a genius, man.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I will say
he has a track record that when it comes to slapstick comedy and comedy as is amazing.
I think we were talking about it in your stream the other day, Rob. I don't think the younger generation know about spoof movies like they did back in the day.
No,
Naked Gun, Spaceballs,
isn't that kind of weird? I brought that up to my wife because yesterday
Hot Shots.
They put Spaceballs on HBO Max this past week. Like the announcement, they put it on HBO Max. So last night I was like, hey, let's rewatch this. I haven't watched it in like 30 years. And as I was watching, I was like, don't you think it's kind of funny? There's like no comedies in theaters, and the first comedies are coming back is a Naked Gun remake and a Spaceballs too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm looking forward
because
to it.
they handcuffed some of the comedians so much.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the last good franchise was Scary Movie that did the good spoof stuff.
I don't know if he'd be able to do what he did back then now, because people now are so sensitive.
That's been the talk. People are saying, can they do what they did back then?
Well, Mel Brooks could do it, and what are they gonna do? Cancel him? He's gonna be dead by the end of this movie.
I say bring on Blazing Saddles Part 2.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They cannot do Blazing Saddles now.
My God, you could just see the liberals freak out right now.
There would be riots in the streets.
I'm joking.
The first N-word drop, they'd be like, "What?"
Man, the funniest part when that man is on the top of the church,
the podium,
he's saying, and every time he says the word,
the bell rings.
I
think the last good spoof movie he had was Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
And
they're have to agree.
Now the younger generation,
they're trying to cancel it now, like 15 years later.
That movie is iconic. I love that.
That was amazing performance by a black man that wasn't a black man.
I'm a dude playing a dude. This guy's another dude.
You remember when they did this is like a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, they did like the reenactment, the live versions of like Archie Bunker and the Jeffersons.
Yeah, on live TV.
Live TV.
Yeah, they weren't good.
It wasn't the same.
Yeah,
I mean, because I just think people are too sensitive now. I could be wrong.
You're dead right.
I think our generation would like it, but these new generation, they're like, what is this?
I don't have a problem with the raunchy or racial jokes when it's towards everybody,
Or when the jokes is accurate and funny.
Yeah, funny, yeah.
They had George
stereotypes
Jefferson
are funny.
in there. They had Archie Bunker and George Jefferson, like, it was going both ways. They were hardcore, man.
They were HN and NN and everything.
Yeah.
There was a go ahead, Gaskar.
No, I was just gonna say, like, my daughter's boyfriend, I made him watch Blazing Saddles because I wanted to test this character and see how he is. He's black, so he never seen it before. So I'm like, we're gonna watch Blazing Saddles. He was cracking up. My daughter on the other side of the sofa was freaking out.
She was a little bit uncomfortable.
She was like, oh my, she was uncomfortable. Like, oh my, she was sweating. But then he was like, can I get a copy of this when the movie was? Can I get a copy? Because he wanted to watch it with his friends.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, and he looked at me, he goes, wow, this would not be made today. And I'm like, nope. And my daughter after was like, oh my God, Dad, that could have gone the other way so fast. I'm like, it was a test just to see how sensitive he was.
Like those black exploitation movies.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say that if he's in the military, he's fine.
Oh no, that's not the military one. That's the mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah. The military one is half French Canadian and half Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you can find
United Killers of Bellington.
Like the Chappelle show now, like somebody saying,
yeah, that could not be every day.
And again, he stopped it because of what was it again? Because it was something about him.
They threw too much money. He just couldn't do it. And they wanted creative control.
They were. That's what it was. He went to Africa to find himself.
Yeah,
the lost episodes they call it.
Yeah, because my buddy was really into that, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, where's the next seasons? Right? Like, is there more? And he goes, no, he quit the show.
I remember I was in high school when it aired, and I remember we watched it, and it was the Clay Bigsby one.
Yeah.
And the next day at school, we were like, "Did y'all see this Dave Chappelle guy?" That was funny. And they stank.
I will tell you the doggone Boondocks, man.
Yeah,
they can't do that again.
They were talking about. I saw. So I guess the showrunner or the head person was a white woman, and she was telling a story.
A Boondocks?
Yeah, Boondocks.
Oh, really? No. It was a black guy that did that.
No, the creator was, but the director and stuff behind the scenes was a white woman. And sometimes the actors would come in and she would read lines and she would say the N-word all the time.
Regina King, she voiced
Riley and
Huey.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. They talked about bringing that show back.
It'd be hard to do without.
It'd be watered down. The
granddad is dead now, so it'd be hard to do. I don't know
man, Danny was the one that was sending me clips of that because I never watched the.
Could you imagine the Boondocks doing Diddy right now?
Oh my lord!
Oh my god!
Because they went crazy on R. Kelly.
Yeah, I can't imagine them Diddy right now. Oh man!
I don't know, man. I think this generation.
With Uncle Ruckus too right now, considering like Trump and stuff, they can do a lot with it. Yeah.
If you guys are wondering why I'm being so quiet, because I had my fair share of racial situations this week.
Oh no, I'm getting attacked now too, Rob.
By what?
I'm an Uncle Tom, and I'm tap dancing now in my comments from my video. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Which video?
The one about Ironheart.
The Ironheart, bro. I got bam bastard, man.
I'm getting attacked in mine now too.
Bam bastard.
I was on vacation and I was like texting. I texted the group, but I can't see your text still. So I'm like, what's going on? DJ was just like, just watch Rob's videos. And then one of these I watched and I'm like, oh. And then I saw the comment section. I'm like, ooh.
And I'm getting it's like clear people are attacking me and didn't even watch the reaction.
They just saw the title.
They didn't watch it.
Because if you I literally defend black actors and actresses toward the end. I get so many comments. Oh, here's another white guy putting down a black actress and black female and blah blah. I'm like, did you guys watch the video? I'm sorry. Objectively, I don't care what color you are. That trailer was awful. It was dog shit.
And we both said in our videos, we hope the show was good. Like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope the show is actually really good.
For me,
but I don't have high hopes.
For me, that trailer didn't make me want to learn more about the character.
But the argument that a lot of people are coming at me for is you're saying the show is going to suck before you even watch the show. And I said, no, it's a trailer reaction. Mm-hmm. I'm saying the trailer sucked. And I'm saying I'm not going to. The whole point of a trailer is to get the viewer to invest in either the movie or the show or the game. Okay, if there's been two trailers and neither trailer has me invested, then why would I watch the show? I hope the show is good, but I'm not going to watch it to find out. And I have a track record called Agnetha, The Acolyte, She-Hulk, and I don't need to watch it. Like Echo, like you add all that and you add the trailer together or both trailers together. Nah, bro. I'm a Star Wars fan. I didn't watch Skeleton Crew.
And that's on the studio too, because like, you know, we've said many times, the fact that she brought this character on in Wakanda Forever, and she didn't have a great role there. She wasn't written in perfectly for that role. For me, I see this show, and like I said, I think I even wrote in your comments that for me, it doesn't make me want to learn more about this character. Yeah. There's nothing there that makes me want to go, oh, let me go buy the comic books and learn more about this character. It's am I going to watch it? Yeah, I'm going to give it that 3 episode that first day. And
that's half the season, bro. You might as well just finish it.
And honestly, I don't see like the studio's showing they don't have confidence in this show to where
they're going to drop in 2 weeks.
The advertisement has been lack thereof.
And they waited to the very end to launch the trailer.
Yeah. And then
same day as Superman.
Yeah. It's the worst day.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to. I know too much about the character. I mean, I'm not the biggest knowledgeable. I'm not Terrence when it comes to Riri Williams, but I know enough about the character to say whatever they're doing in that show is not Riri Williams. I don't know who that is.
I just don't understand why they decided, hey, let's take Riri Williams, who's all science and everything, and had no connection to the mystical part of MCU. Let's throw in, you know, hypothetically, Mephisto and all these magical looking like Doctor Strange symbols.
Imagine what would happen if they did a Static Shock live action series or movie, but they're gonna replace his powers with water powers, and there's magic, and like he goes, "Who else is it, Bish?" Like how would you guys like? It's the same thing when you take the character and completely change the character. Man, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter if you're white or black. I was where was that same energy when I criticized Spider-Man and Spider-Man Homecoming for being too much of an Iron Man Jr.? Where was that same energy? Oh, what was that, people? Because he's white, you can't come at me with that energy? It's the same thing. It doesn't have anything to do with skin color. It's called being faithful to the character. That's all it is, man.
Yeah, my thing. I just want the way they're presenting the character. I don't like her. Want Wakanda Forever. Again, I said before, if they had removed her from the whole movie, I wouldn't have cared. Because to me, she was just a MacGuffin in the movie. They could have replaced her with any other scientist, that made something to detect vibranium.
Shiri is more Riri Williams than Riri Williams.
I agree.
Oh, because we're talking about black actresses. Another thing positive about Spaceballs too, Keke Palmer.
Yes,
I said it on my show on Thursday.
Yeah, when we saw that, I was like, Rob gonna love that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I was like, all right, let's go.
I wonder who she's gonna play.
I have no idea. I think they're gonna put a joke in there, going, "Hey, it's the token black guy for the movie."
No, I think she's gonna be like, what was Kenobi? What was her character?
Reva.
I think it's gonna be
Reva?
like a spoof or Reva.
What do they spoof Acolyte in it?
I think they're gonna go. The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Yes. And all the pop culture stuff that he
so
can throw
much
in.
material.
Yeah. And the fact that Nick Moran's is coming back, I'm happy for him, man, because he went through a lot, man.
Yeah.
He went through a lot.
Mel Brooks always said he had that as his trump card. Like whenever he called, Rick Moranis would be there. Like that was a guarantee, even though he wasn't acting. So
I didn't realize Bob from
is Bill Pullman's son.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, I mean, obviously last name's Pullman. I didn't realize. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yep. So he's probably gonna play his son in the movie. Yeah. Dude, I hope they make an Independence Day 2 joke too.
Yes, please.
That would be great.
He starts giving a speech.
Yeah, right. All right, let me get to these super chats. Both of them are from Mason Clark. The first one says, I purchased my tickets for Superman today. Hype. I tried, but they were like $51, and I said I will go see a version where I stick to the floor.
Cheapy Tuesday, man. Cheapy Tuesday.
It's soup. Yeah. Well, no, I'm gonna go on a Saturday, but it's gonna be like matinee on a Saturday at like the cheapest theater I can find, like $12 seats. Mason Clark also doing a $5 super chat. I'm convinced the Defenders don't even know the actors and actresses' name. Oh, you're talking about the Defenders in the comments. Yeah, I thought you meant the actual Defenders. I was like, we talk about Jessica Jones knows her name. It's the same thing with the Acolyte Defenders. Hypocrites, am I right? Yeah, it's 100%, man. I think whenever you see a white guy with a beard, a big white guy with a beard on a thumbnail criticizing a black property, you're gonna have certain people going in there criticizing without, like, you can clearly see the people that left comments and didn't even watch the video. You can clearly see that. And thank you so much, Mason, for that super chat. What the hell? Phil my Kraken. Phil my Kraken.
Okay there, buddy.
Rob, have you seen the latest photo of Daisy, aka Ray, on Twitter? Her personality is shown. No, I have not. I'll look it up. But I did watch a movie with her in it today, Daisy Riddler, and I actually recommend you guys check it out. It's on HBO Max. It's called The Cleaner, and it's basically Die Hard, but with Daisy Ridley in it. Right. Like, it takes place in the building. There's like terrorists that come in. They hold hostages. Daisy Ridley is like a cleaner that is stranded, cleaning windows outside. She goes inside the building, and she's basically taking out all the hostages.
Is it new? Is it new?
It just came out like a day or two ago. It's called The Cleaner. It has Clive Owen and Daisy Ridley in it. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. Especially if you like
a good little action movie.
Yeah. It's only an hour and a half, so it's like a nice little action movie to watch. Let me look up these Daisy Ridley photos. I like Daisy Ridley though. I don't like her haircut though.
The short.
Yeah, I don't like the short hair. Very few people can pull that off.
That pixie cut or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Daisy Ridley.
Have you seen the He-Man pic?
Dude, are we talking about the same picture? Because this picture not looking like her personality is showing. Look like something else is showing, bro.
Which one you looking at?
The one with the little balls on her head.
What?
I'll put it up, man. I just typed in Daisy Ridley. This is the first picture came up.
It's not bad.
Force is strong.
If that's what you're talking about, I like that.
Talking about the little the things in the top. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Look AI though.
What'd you put up? Danny put up something.
The He-Man.
The new He-Man picture. They're not like people aren't really.
I don't mind that. That looks fine.
Is he not bulky enough?
Everybody's saying he should be bigger.
It's a human person. A human person can only get so big without looking weird.
What was his name? Ruff Lundgren. Lundgren. What was his name? Ralph Lundgren. Was it?
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren. He wasn't that big.
Yeah, he wasn't that big. He
was muscular, but
it's all camera angles and everything.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is really 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Robert with his white victimhood. Wow. You see that comment?
Where at?
The very last comment. Robert with his white victimhood.
Wow, now.
Oh, this is the poster for that movie.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
Yeah,
I saw a different one where she's going like falling down.
Yeah, falling down, like looking up.
Yeah. It's a fun movie. It's a fun movie.
It kind of reminds me of that movie, The Gorge. It came out of nowhere and was actually really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
got my iced coffee. I don't know if Abs is in the chat, but I want to personally shout out Abs.
Yeah, he's the first one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he let me link up to his Plex account, and it's got like every movie and TV show you can possibly see.
Was it called Plex?
That's how I watched Drop earlier. So big shout out to him, man. That was a cool thing to do for somebody that you don't know personally. So thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Nice one.
Where's this white victim guy so I could like block this idiot?
Blunt 55.
Yeah. Put user in timeout. I ain't got time for idiots, man. I did not see How to Train Your Dragon, Chris. It was a busy weekend. We were going furniture shopping all weekend. I was like, you know what? It's going to be packed with a bunch of little kids. I don't want to deal with them little buff faces. So I'll go see it next weekend when it kind of dies down a little bit.
My cousin took her daughter. She said they enjoyed it. They said it was
number one, made $83 million.
Very comparable to the first one, as he said.
My daughter's going to go see it on Tuesday for her birthday because she was big on that franchise.
I want to see it. I like the franchise. It's not something I'm rushing to see, but I will.
I'm in the same boat with you.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I love How to Train Your Dragon.
I think the first and second movie are my favorite.
The third one had me bawling in the theater, man. Like
the first one?
Yeah, the third one.
Oh, the third one. Okay.
Yeah, third one had me bawling because
I
lost my dog around the same time.
I'll tell you what movie had me like kind of emotional. That Wild Robot movie. That's a good movie. I watched.
Wild Robot's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal movie. I'm surprised.
You know who voices the robot, right?
Pedro Pascal.
No,
he's a fox.
No, it was a woman. It was a woman.
Peter Nongro, the chick from Black Panther.
Yeah.
The one that had the baby, had Black Panther Jr.
Okay.
Lupita. No, I can't pronounce her last name.
I know what you're talking. Lupita.
We know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nakia. That is not how you say my name.
The chick from Us. Yeah. She's like in almost everything now.
Yeah.
That movie was
Pedro Pascal's in that movie too. So
Pedro Pascal is
everywhere.
Okay. Great segue, bro. I like how you moved right into the next topic. So now everybody's complaining that Sue Storm is the leader of Fantastic Four.
Another female
personally, I don't have a problem with this because if Mr. Fantastic was dumb enough to bring them all into space and get all their lives screwed up, he shouldn't be the leader in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I just hope it's written properly so that it just makes sense. Then
Fantastic Four is battling an
Wow.
uphill battle.
Yeah,
So
I
then-
never,
go ahead, Dave.
I said I never seen or read a storyline where she was the leader. I'm not saying it couldn't work. I think out the gate, if you don't want to turn off some of the target audience, I would let him be the leader. But whether
There's only like 5 Fantastic Four fans in the world anyway.
whether she's the leader or not, I don't think it's going to do very well unless they push this back to Labor Day weekend. Because right now, Superman, I'm beginning to think Superman might outperform Jurassic Park the way these ticket sales is going.
The thing that's going to hurt Superman against Jurassic Park is the worldwide numbers.
Yeah,
because monster movies worldwide get way more appeal.
Way better.
Yeah,
and there's going to be some countries that aren't going to want to see Superman because of the old school, the American way. Even though that's not his slogan, that's still associated with Superman from back in the day.
I think domestically, I think Superman do better than Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
domestically, it's going to blow him out of the water in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think though, I don't know if this is still active. I have to check it out, but I read that due to copyright laws in Canada and in Great Britain, that Superman might not even be opening in those countries.
That's because the family,
because what's going on with the family
doing.
Yeah. Every time a movie comes out,
I don't know if that's still happening.
Well, every time a property of Superman comes out, the family does that. They did it for Man of Steel and everything.
Yeah, that family's like super anal, but they always lose or their cases get thrown out.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So.
Yeah,
I hope it's not the case because I want to see it. But
they tried to sue him like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
and then their case got thrown out. So now they're going back with another, and it's probably going to end up.
But they lose every single time. I don't know why they try. They're just money hungry.
Yeah, man, Superman's gonna be big, bro. Superman's gonna be big. Like Fantastic Four had the #1 pre-sale tickets to 2025 that lasted like 3 days.
Well, I said that. Like, wait till Superman comes out. I mean,
yeah, Superman. You got those list of haters out there for the movie though, but
I just hope it don't be underwhelming. Yeah. I think it's gonna be good. I just hope it don't be underwhelming.
Like, well, what do you consider underwhelming? Like Superman Returns underwhelming?
I mean, I hope that when we see it, like, yeah, it was good. I don't want to have man. I want to be like, yeah, this was fire. You need to go see it. It's still something still can make a lot of money and be man. Case in point, I've heard so many people say
Avatar?
How, and I hear people say how Wakanda Forever. It was okay. Still made a lot of money. So I don't want Superman to be okay, make a lot of money. I want it to be awesome. And
how many people that thinks Black Panther is meh? I never hear anybody say
Black Panther, the first one
Forever.
Yeah,
Wakanda Forever.
Oh, Wakanda Forever. I thought you were talking about the first one.
Wakanda Forever was.
I've seen with some white people that think the first one.
You're talking about white people.
Yes,
about Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther I think was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I love Black Panther. That's in my top 5.
That was a epic, iconic delivery of a character. If you're ever gonna do it, they brought him in perfectly in Civil War, and they launched him in his movie.
It would have made it better though if Sherry would come out to Chadwick Boseman and like, who do you think it is, Bish? It would have made like 500 million more.
No. Speaking about what Danny's saying about being blown away, did you guys hear the early screening test screenings for Mortal Kombat 2 apparently is really good?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really take that very heavy though, because I remember when early screenings for BVS and the Flash, I heard Flash got like standing ovations when that had early screening. So I mean, I'm hoping Cole Young gets killed in the first 5 minutes. I mean, at that point, the movie will be way better than the first one.
Kill him off screen.
The Flash had 3 good spots in the whole movie. The first one with the Batman, Ben Affleck at Batman,
then Supergirl,
then Michael Keaton Batman in that nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
That scene was fire. But then when it got you could see the special effects when they were fighting Zod and all that, but then the way they did a little montage of the different versions of Superman, I thought was really cool.
Did you hear people complaining about the Superman trailer about the camera angles and stuff?
Again?
Really?
I can tell you, man.
I don't bother.
Scene where they're opening up the Force of Solitude with a big S on the door.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Well, like the scene where he punches the dude and his teeth come out.
Yeah, it hits the lens.
That's for 3D. All that is for 3D.
Someone had a good theory about that. That it's not actually a camera lens. It's like a drone that was following.
But I think that was filmed for the 3D aspect of it. You know,
probably
in the theater, 3D, the teeth coming out the screen. You know,
that's probably hitting your head.
I seen a 3D movie. I might watch that in 3D.
But James Gunn has done stuff like that in Guardians of the Galaxy, where you see like characters jumping out of frame.
He did it with what's the gold dude in the last one when he's flying through, real fast.
Sentry or not Sentry? Adam Warlock.
Yeah, he did the same thing with that. So
yeah. Well, apparently, Nicholas Hoult came out in an interview and said that his inspiration for Lex was based off of Michael Rosenbaum. That was his Lex that he grew up with.
Hearing his dialogue, I actually like him.
I think he's gonna pull off the closest Michael Rosenbaum we've had.
Hearing him talking that last film, I actually like his demeanor and everything.
I think Michael Rosenbaum is king, but I'm telling you, the one on Superman and Lois,
he was good.
He wasn't bad, man.
That version was cynical.
Yeah, he's most aggressive, physically imposing and aggressive Lex Luthor I've seen out of all of them.
Mason Clark throws in another $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Superman hit big. Snyder Bros tears will flow. Yeah, but you know what's gonna happen. It hits big. They're gonna come out and say, "Well, the theaters were like." Remember when Captain Marvel came out? Everybody sending pictures of an empty theater.
Before as soon as they got there,
the movie was done. It made $1 billion. Yeah, $1 billion with all these empty seats around.
Dude, the Snyder fans are ridiculous.
Did you see the post I posted on Facebook?
Yeah, it's like. Mental illness is real.
Mental illness is real, people.
Talking about boycotting the movie, why? I mean, I don't know. I'm not that much of a.
People have way too much time on their hands.
The worship that man like that for.
I think his movies are good, but I mean, it's not. He's not the end all be all.
He's not the best director out there.
No, I agree 1,000%. But I do like. I know some people, and I've said it too. He uses his specialty a little bit too much. But like to me, in 300,
it was perfect.
No special effect was.
That was like, so long ago.
I know. I'm not saying that's my go-to with him. I like him in his version of the Justice League, but it wasn't better. The special effects weren't all that fantastic.
My biggest gripe with Zack Snyder is I'm tired of director's cut. Just give me the good version the first time.
My biggest thing with Snyder is all of his movies are convoluted for no reason.
I agree. Yeah.
But like I feel like he's trying to like outsmart the audience.
20 minutes of farming.
Like he'll put all these different plot points in. Like if you go back and watch BVS, all these different plot points to try to get Superman and Batman to fight. Like, bro. You established in the first 5 minutes with Metropolis being torn down. That's the reason. You didn't need Lex to set these people on fire and hire this black lady to go in front of the
all
jury.
These side quests you got to go on to get to them.
So, and the movie was like 3.5 hours, and it didn't need to be that long. To me, Zack Snyder reminds me of M. Night Shyamalan. Both of their early years had great movies, but then they started feeling themselves a little bit, and then their movies started crapping. You know,
man, Shyamalan movies, man, they are out there. Because when I watch it, I'll be like, "This is gonna be something."
You gotta wait for the twist.
You gotta wait to the end. You be like, "I thought it was this."
But you know, one thing about Shyamalan, as bad as some of his movies were, at least they still make it to the theater. Because God knows Snyder can only do stuff on Netflix nowadays, and still need.
Not even. He lost it. He lost it.
Yeah, Rebel Moon's done.
Done.
The Star Wars killer?
Yeah.
The Star Wars killer has died.
Who started saying that?
This is how irrelevant Rebel Moon is. Mel Brooks didn't even mention it when he was roasting everybody else.
I agree about that.
He didn't even mention it. Fill my Kraken.
That's a good name. That's a good name.
Look at the pictures. Like,
I know the picture looks serious, and they just see
my butt crack is filled right now.
Doing a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. The IRS thanks you. My opinion: Superman has to be a hopeful movie and leave the audience with hope. Superman is the symbol of hope, and I hope James, you put a lot of hope in that.
Yeah.
Capture that. I think we're going to leave the movie happy. happy. There was a movie that I saw not too long ago. I think it was a year or two ago. We all saw it. I can't remember what the movie was, but I remember when we came out, when we did the review on Storms Live, we were like, man, we left the movie like happy, like thrilled, and we haven't had that in forever. It was, man, I can't remember what movie that was.
Criticism I get about this Superman is he is taking a butt cut like I've never seen him took on any version of Superman.
But I like that because we have to be able, like, he's a god. He's like powerful, but he also has to be relatable, because that was one thing why they started losing readership, because he was like so powerful that they had to like kind of like, he needs to be like invincible, super powerful, strongest person in the world, but he can still get his butt kicked.
Yeah, he has to earn his wins basically.
Yeah,
you know.
And I think James Gunn said he's only been Superman for 3 years at this point.
So he's still kind of a rookie at this point, you know. He's
Geeky guy pointed out something I didn't notice, that when he uses his laser beams, his eyes skin burns up, and he's like, why? And I'm like, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, bro. You're shooting like atomic laser out of your eye.
Yeah. Just see that scene where he's like going crazy with it. It must have been after that where he's
when he did the tornado.
Yeah.
Well, I like that, because then like you have these side effects for using your powers, but you don't use them all willy dilly with nothing. You know, you have to use it. You know, more.
Same way like Wolverine. Every time he pops his claws, it hurts.
You gotta choose. You gotta choose when to use it. Don't just use it all the time. I like that. Having a little bit of restrictions on him or consequences for using your OP power, because you're already OP as it is. You know,
I want my Superman to be able to get hurt a little bit, because then there's some kind of, you already know this dude's like the strongest person in the world.
It makes
I don't mind getting hurt, but not spitting up blood and collapse.
Well, like if you shoot a bullet and it bounces off him, that's fine. But if he's fighting a super powered being, that super powered being has to be able to do some kind of damage to him.
Yeah, and
otherwise it's no threat. The movie's over in 5 minutes.
He just heals fast.
Okay. Yeah,
that was my biggest problem with Dragon Ball Z, with the sensu beans.
Yeah,
it was always a cop out, and I hated the sensu beans.
That was a cop out. Not to me, it wasn't. That was
because someone also pointed out to me, like when he was getting the sun on him, and he was screaming when he was healing. Why are you screaming? Because he probably has like 1,000 broken bones going back into place. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, you know, I look at it like Invincible, man. To me, if you ever read the Invincible comics, it's Dragon Ball Z meets Superman. And they're making him a little bit more vulnerable. And they've done that in the comics. There's so many different interpretations of Superman. Like Superman is like super strong, super powerful. There's some that are more vulnerable. So yeah. Mason Clark coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you again, Mason. Once again, sir, the IRS thanks you. My take: Snyder is this generation's Stanley Kubrick. Sorry. An amazing director, but not a good writer. In fact, very, very bad, in my opinion. What do you say? I think he's a horrible writer, personally. But David Goyer wrote Man of Steel, not Zack Snyder. I don't know who wrote BVS. It might have been David Goyer. But Justice League, if I'm not mistaken, was written by the dude that won the Oscar for Argo. So he didn't write Zack Snyder. To be fair, Zack Snyder did not write those movies. David Goyer did.
I've always been a fan of his directing. I never said, I'm pretty sure I got receipts for this, that he was a fantastic writer, but the specs, I like his dark aspect of it. I know Superman not supposed to be dark, but I like Man of Steel, one of my favorite superhero movies of all time, and I like that dark aspect. He shoot it with a darker, I guess, camera treatment. The slow motion, if it's not used 80% of the time, I think it's fire. I would love to see Zack Snyder do something like Mortal Kombat. It would be fantastic to see those finishing moves.
All in slow motion.
Some of the different, not the whole fight, but like the finishing move, that would be fantastic. Like you see on the actual game. I think Zack Snyder could kill that.
Yeah, the only good movie that he actually wrote is 300.
Yeah.
It was, which was basically just from the comic.
He did 300. He wrote 300, Sucker Punch, Army of the Dead.
Sucker Punch was awful.
Both Rebel Moons.
I like Army of the Dead.
And 300, Rise of the Empire. That's his writing credits.
So BVS was written by Terrio and Goye.
Yeah. And those are Terrio is the Oscar winner. So Chris Warden threw in a $5 super chat. The IRS thanks you, sir. I am a unapologetic fan of Zack Snyder's DC films and will defend them to this day. However, I'm also hoping that Gunn's new DCU is good and successful. Dude, I'm a massive Andrew Garfield fan. I didn't wish no will ill on Tom Holland or those Spider-Man movies. I went and saw every one of them, and I supported them. You know, you can like both. I don't know why people feel like I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just old.
It's not.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
Two opposite things can be true.
Yeah.
Why does everybody gotta always pick a side? Why is it always Apple or Android, PlayStation or Xbox, Snyder or Gunn? Why can't you just like both?
I just want good. I just want good movies and TV shows. That's all I want. I don't care who writes.
Say something that's not PG.
Both of them have their own pros and own cons. If you could create this phone that would be a hybrid of both of them, that would be fantastic. But there is no such animal. Same thing with Gunn and Zack Snyder. Now, if they could collaborate and let Gunn do all the writing or whatever the case may be, and be the showrunner, and then use Snyder's special effect abilities on some of the things sparingly, I think those movies could be fire.
I would not be surprised. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not 3 years from now. Zack Snyder will direct a DCU movie.
Oh yeah, I think he will.
Definitely.
Him and James Gunn are really good friends.
Yeah.
He will have a project, and we'll see what he can do under the leadership of somebody who can watch him and say, "Hey, cut out all the slow-mo crap."
If they are smart, they will let these movies do just like MCU and build up to like the MCU build to Avengers. They need to build to Justice League. Then the Justice League need to build up to Darkseid.
Apparently, there's going to be a post-credit scene, but James Gunn already said, like, look, we're not doing everything like Marvel, so not every end credit scene is going to link to the next movie. I think it's going to link to Supergirl, and he said he's in the process of writing a sequel that's not really a sequel to Superman. So what I personally think that's going to be, and I think this would be smart if he does this, is you're going to have Superman, Supergirl, probably Batman, World's Finest, and then the next Superman movie is going to be Superman and Supergirl versus Brainiac. That's the way it was in the comic. Yep,
that would make sense.
It should all build up to Darkseid.
Yeah,
just the same way they build up to Thanos.
Yeah,
Darkseid. Don't rush it. Just let it take about maybe 6 to 8 years. I don't know if I wait the whole 10 years, but 6 to 8 years, and they sprinkle these movies once every year. It could be. It could rival MCU success.
He can do like a mid-level threat like Brainiac. Because there's they did a comic and animated movie where Supergirl came and or Superman and Supergirl. We found out about Kandor. They teamed up. That would be like the nice first level threat, like the Loki level threat, and then you move up to Darkseid as your end game, and then I don't know, he knows enough about the MCU that he can fix it. Let me get to these super chats. Where did I end off on this one?
What was the evil version? That was the Hall of Justice. What was the bad guys called?
You're talking about Legion of Doom, are you?
Yeah, the Legion of Doom. They could do that. Legion of Doom could be the movie right before they introduce.
And the thing is, we crap on it now, but the CW Arrowverse, everybody watched it back in the day. We want to act like it's crap, but everybody watched it. There's so many stories that they did that James Gunn could take and adapt. Like people kept asking me, like, what should be Batman's first villain and Batman Brave and the Bold? And I'm like, it should either be the Court of Owls or Ra's al Ghul, because Damian Wayne is in the movie. You're gonna have to explain where Damian Wayne came from. And that ties right into Talia and Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul, however you want to pronounce it. Fast Eddie comes in with a super chat. The IRS thanks you, good sir. And he says, I hope we aren't putting all our eggs in the Superman basket, because the Suicide Squad wasn't that good and people don't bring up that movie now. You're kind of comparing apples to oranges here. One, Superman is the first film of the DCU. Secondly, the Suicide Squad wasn't a bad film. I didn't like the starfish thing at the end, but take that out, it was a really good film. Not only that, people don't talk about it because it came out on HBO Max when during COVID. You guys do hear me, right?
I definitely think
camera
Suicide Squad was the better of the two movies. I wasn't a big fan of Starro, but did I really hate the movie Suicide 2? Would I watch again? Probably not. But the first Suicide Squad, to me, it was a hit. I don't know what it made in the theaters. I don't know what it was considered a flop, but I would definitely go watch it again.
Yeah, the Suicide Squad wasn't a bad film. It just had bad circumstances where they released a day and date and on HBO Max. It didn't make money.
That was a COVID movie?
Yeah, it was a COVID film. It was completely handicapped.
I mean, there should be asterisks next to all those movies that came out in COVID because that was everybody's trying to find their footing, navigate through all that. So,
but people also forget that after Aquaman, all the DC films box office went like this.
Yeah.
It made $749 million, so that's a hit.
It's because they also announced that James Gunn was taking it to another direction. So people were like, "Why should I even go watch this? It's not connected."
I've never even seen Aquaman 2.
I still haven't seen that one either. There's no point in me watching.
There's no point in me watching
it. Some aspects is better than the first one, but to me it is.
But Blue Beetle was good. Didn't make any money. I actually thought Shazam 2 was better than Shazam 1, and it didn't make no money.
Shazam 2 was stupid. And the reason why
believe it or not, the best part of that movie was Rachel Ziegler, and I hate her, but she was the best part of that movie.
To me, if you get a pen that can tell you everything, you answer it.
Yeah.
Not you ask it how to defeat the street system.
Yeah, right.
To me, that was the stupidest thing right there.
Yeah, it wasn't that.
It was almost like Multiverse of Madness with the Illuminati. You know, just tell him how you can kill him, right?
And 2 times he had the staff because he was faster than she was. 2 times, and he never used the staff against her. Makes no sense to me. So,
well, I always had a problem with those Shazam movies. I remember me and Adam got into an argument over that freaking movie, man.
I think they got the wrong guy to play Shazam. Zach.
Oh, 100%. 100%. They needed someone like Superman, like a Henry. Dude, that's who Henry Cavill can play if he comes into DCU. He can play Shazam because he would play a good Shazam.
The rumor is that he's the Ultraman. Was the guy with the one that's on the black mask?
Yeah, I keep.
They're saying, they're saying that it's him.
Yeah,
really.
I've heard that a couple times.
Them Snyder fans will wet their pants, bro. Oh my god!
The person that's beating up Superman, it's actually
Oh no, that might not turn out well then. Phil my Kraken. Hear me out. Would Zack Snyder be a better fit in the special effects in video games or indie film? I think Zack Snyder just needs to keep doing his own thing on whatever streaming services willing to pay him.
Tubi.
He's not even gonna get Tubi. He's gonna be doing YouTube Premiere.
Oh my gosh, Tubi. That was freaking hilarious.
Doing TikTok shorts.
Look, I think TikTok shorts. I think much like Shyamalan, because Shyamalan, dude, like there was a point where people never thought he would get back, and then he did that movie with Batista, and everybody was back on the Shyamalan train. Snyder just needs one movie. He needs to pick a good property. Go do Thundercats, bro. You know what would be perfect for him? Like a Fast and the Furious or a Transformers movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
a G.I. Joe movie, something. You know,
a blockbuster.
One that's very low on the storyline. You don't need a lot of storyline. And you have all your special effects and stuff.
Think you do good on the He-Man?
I don't want him around He-Man. To answer your question, he probably could though. He-Man would be one of those
transformation would be fire, I guarantee.
But don't forget, he didn't direct, but he produced those god-awful Ninja Turtle movies where they all look like little Shrek babies.
Which one was that?
The Ninja Turtle with Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Those movies were trash, man.
Yeah.
Trash. Me and Adam's review was longer than the movie.
I just hate the way they looked. Their design was just, I didn't like them. Did you hear about in the Ronin movie?
No.
They're trying to get
the original April?
Yeah.
They need to. Hopefully
you should do Brave Star. That's what you should do.
No, don't touch Brave Star. That's sacred.
Chris Warden threw a $5 super chat. The IRS thanks you, good sir. Another thing that hurt Suicide Squad 2 was no Will Smith. That was a big thing too. As you can't do a sequel to a Will Smith movie without him. Studios are 0-3. That's true. Look at Independence Day Regurgence.
Will Smith isn't a big sequel kind of guy. He's only done one sequel movie.
But this was the problem though. When that was going down, Will Smith didn't want to work with James Gunn because of the pedophile claims against him when Marvel fired him. Because Idris Elba's character was supposed to be Deadshot. And they tried to get Will Smith, and Will Smith's like, I don't want to work with James Gunn. And then they said, okay, we're going to cast Idris Elba as Deadshot. Yeah. And then Will Smith threw a big stink going, well, I didn't say I was done with the DC universe. So they're like, fine, we won't use Deadshot. So that's why Deadshot and they're so similar in the movie.
It's like basically the same character.
Yeah, he even has the daughter problem.
Just they got the same. They have the exact same skills
and the same backstory and everything. Because he just didn't want to work with him with all those pedophiles.
As an army, I thought it was a recast.
Oh yeah, I did too. I did too. Gasco.
Nobody would blame you for mistaking him. What was his name in it? I'm sure the chat would know Idris Elba's name in it. Wasn't it like I don't even know. His Deadshot, bro. It was Deadshot. 100%. He even had the daughter problem and everything.
Bloodsport was his name.
Yeah, he even had the same daughter problem. And that was another reason why I didn't like Will Smith, was because that was around the time when Will Smith was slapping fools and stuff. Did you see the casting for?
That was after.
No, it was after, but I didn't like him because of that. Then that happened. I really didn't like him like that. So it was like it was around the same time frame. I mean, like when years spent. Did y'all see the new Street Fighter movie cast? Fast Eddie, the IRS thanks you. Just all I saw was Roman Reigns and
what's his name? Played Blanca.
Blanca. Me too.
Aquaman.
Thank you.
Jason Momoa?
Yes. Yeah.
How can we forget that name?
I don't know.
Lobo.
Yeah, Lobo.
Did y'all like the 94 Street Fighter movie?
No. Yes. As a kid,
I loved it.
No, see, I'm the opposite. As a kid, I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
But growing up, I like it more now because I can enjoy it.
I didn't like Blanca in that movie.
The way they did what's the one?
Guile.
Not Guile.
And Bison.
Bison.
And Bison was perfect in that. He was perfect in that movie.
Not to me.
What?
Bison was awesome.
That was his last movie. That was his last movie.
That's the guy that played.
He died a couple of years ago, didn't he?
No, he died. It was after that.
He died of AIDS a long time ago.
That was the guy that played on the Monsters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He played in Addams Family.
Adam, yeah. He was the.
Yeah, I think he passed away after this.
Yeah.
After the Street Fighter.
Yeah. But no, I like that movie, bro, because when Chun-Li's talking about how like he raided her village and stuff, he's just listening. He's like, the day Bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was a Tuesday. Bro, I started laughing, bro. It was great.
I always forget that. What's her name that played Chun-Li? She
was fine back then.
Yeah.
She's Chris, old. It is because I like Cammy.
Cammy. Because he was in Boba Fett too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So she's like in her 60s.
Something Yin. Ain't her last name Yin?
No, Ming Na Wen.
Yeah. From Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And then you have Brian Mann who played Ryu.
They need to cast Cindy Sweeney as Cammy. In the new one.
Who was Cammy? What's her name? Kylie.
Oh, I don't know, but she was nothing like Cammy from the games. But I still like her.
Half of these people were nothing like the games.
That's back when they
couldn't. That was my problem.
They couldn't. Every video game movie was cheesy. I mean,
back then.
Even I love the first Mortal Kombat movie. It still was kind of cheesy if you watch it nowadays.
It was better than the Street Fighter one.
Yeah, I will say.
In my opinion,
it was super goofy to me.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Danny.
I love the guy who played E Honda though. He was funny in that movie.
Dude, all those movies were trash. You remember the Double Dragon movie, man?
That was horrible. Garbage. Oh my god.
And another one, I love it to this day, and I will defend this movie to my dying breath. But the Mario Brother movie, man. I love the Mario Brother movie.
You and my wife stand on that hill, man.
I cannot, man. I cannot.
But you gotta think about it. Back then, there was no story. for Mario.
Yeah.
It was just some dude in a plumber
I
suit.
don't mind the story. The way they did all the Koopas and all that stuff was so stupid. And the mushrooms,
but it was awesome how they explained the mushrooms though, because it was the king's fungus, and the mushrooms were helping. And then you had Big Bertha was the
king's athlete's foot.
It's like
you got the Koopas. They're just like this big old like down. Everybody, why dinosaurs and all that stuff?
Yeah,
so dumb.
Abs thrown in $1.99 super chat. The IRS thanks you. Superman opening weekend. Hold on a second. Let me write this down.
We already did it once, didn't we?
Opening weekend, domestic. This is domestic.
Domestic only.
Domestic.
Yeah, Danny, you go first, sir.
Opening weekend, domestic. I'm gonna say 115.
Okay, hold on.
That's about what I was gonna say.
Danny's 115 mil. DJ?
Well, I was gonna go 125.
125 mil.
Domestic.
Gascar.
Yeah, domestic.
I would go 95.
95. Wow.
Okay,
you shooting thunderbolts low. I'm going 150 mil.
Okay.
I'm going 150.
Domestic only?
Yeah, domestic only.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we pull up Box Office Mojo, we'll see. I'm saying 150, man, just because of I seen how hard it was to get those tickets this weekend.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that $50 a pop, boy. I mean, for a couple.
I will say though, and it be on a YouTube sphere, more people are talking about this movie.
Yeah,
on YouTube than the other.
That goes to the strength of the character, because we always said the top three is Spider-Man, Superman,
and Batman.
So you sure you don't want to change this, Gascar? Because just to give you context, Brave New World made $100 million, and you got this at 95.
Oh, I'll change it then. I'll change it, sir. Your Honor, I'll change it. Thank you for that fact check. I'll go 115.
One what? 115. So you going with Danny?
Yeah, I'm going with Danny.
You don't want to go 1 million higher?
No, the price is right.
Okay, $1.
And yeah, if I was like somebody did that, I'll be mad.
That would make me so mad.
Yeah, Bob.
One more dollar than me,
Bob. 500. Next one. 501.
Danny, do you want to do a friendly gentleman's bet with me on which going to make more money, Megan or F1?
I've said Megan.
F1.
Megan.
What's a friendly gentleman's bet?
Just bragging rights. Nothing.
Yeah, I'd say F1 do better.
So me and Rob are going Megan. And y'all
DJ Rob.
Okay.
Megan.
I tell you, Megan got a cult following, man.
And Gascar and Danny.
I know I'm going to pay to see. It's going to get my money. I'm not going to see Megan.
I'm going to see Megan that weekend, bro. Everybody I know is going to see Megan besides Danny. Oh yeah, internationally, F1 probably going to do better.
Yeah.
We're not talking internationally. We're talking domestic, and we all know there's a bunch of dumb people in America. So, I ran into there was so much traffic because of protesters yesterday.
Let's do one. What we think Fantastic Four gonna make domestically?
Okay.
$50 million.
Nah, that one I'll stick with 92. Was it?
I ain't gonna give it that much. I'm giving it like 75.
Oh, dang, Danny.
Yeah, I'm going pretty low on it too.
I don't think it's gonna do well domestically.
Okay, Danny, what's your final number, Danny?
75.
75.
DJ,
what about you?
I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna say 95.
95. Gascar.
92.
92. Man, I'm gonna be the highest, and I don't like it. I'm going 110.
110.
Only because it's summertime.
Yeah.
Summertime.
Just getting a lot of bad publicity now with people that don't like this female leadership, and I've heard.
I don't see the problem with it, man.
I don't say I get a problem with it because I got daughters, and I've always defended that. Look, sometimes it's somebody else's turn at bat. True. But there's a lot of people that like.
It depends how they handle it. Like if she comes out and goes, "You're gonna listen to me because I'm the leader," then I can have a problem with it. But
from what I seen from the trailer, it's just like she's just very supportive of the family.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: isn't the target audience for most of these comic book movies are males, in particular white males?
Yeah, for the most part.
But they also try to draw in different demographics too. So I mean, I don't have a problem with it as long as he's not like Rob said. I am woman, hear me roar the whole time.
As long as they don't bash the male character like they did like in She-Hulk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Or come after Pedro Pascal with a
if it's
golf
written
club.
properly.
I watched a couple of other people that, and I'm just saying they're arguing, not saying they're my arguments.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal seems very docile. I had some people saying issues about Ben's voice doesn't sound manly enough or gruff enough, and he's in the kitchen and making his finger, all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying I agree with those arguments. I'm just saying those are ones that I've seen out there and heard on a consistent basis.
Testing the food. He's not
I feel like they're reaching. I mean, I cook.
Who doesn't, right? I cook too.
Fantastic Four was correct if I'm wrong.
I mean, I taste my food to see how it's good. A little spoon.
Yeah, woman, add more salt
with a spoon. Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Fantastic Four was established in the 1950s. Like the male and female roles were extremely different back then. Who cares if she's the leader as long as she's not barking orders, right?
Well, isn't it set in the 50s and 60s?
No,
it's set in modern day. I guess futuristic.
Yeah, this is one of like alternate timelines where I don't know. It's like
I got you.
I mean, again, the guy who brought in people in space and got them all powers shouldn't be the leader of the group anyway. Like at that point, he should lose his leadership card. But they always had something to complain about. Oh, Pedro Pascal's and everything. Oh, Mr. Fantastic's not white. Oh, he's not lanky and tall enough. Oh, Susan. Like they're bitching about everything.
I do agree. Pedro Pascal seems to be oversaturated. But then when I watched the video with Andrew with Mackie, he says, "Man, you got to kind of strike when the iron is hot because Hollywood will spit you up.
You have an expiration date.
So
you see it all the time.
I can't fault him, man.
For example, when me and Danny first started Storms Live, dude, Margot Robbie was everywhere. She was hot. Now who do we talk about? Cindy Sweeney.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you would have talked to Rob like 4 years ago, I'd be like, who plays Black Cat? Margot Robbie. Who should be Tammy? Margot Robbie.
I don't know. I can't remember who it was. It's one of the big time actors like Meryl Streep or something like that. They had like those actors round table where they talk about their careers and everything. And she said flat out that we're not it no more.
Yeah.
It is a shelf life.
But they're all iconic actresses, but they know. I
know what you're talking about. And they were talking about how they were complaining when the other person got the role too. Saying, God darn it, she got it again, right?
I can tell you where you can really see that. Just go through and watch all the James Bonds.
Yeah.
All the James Bonds, when they become James Bond, they were fired in the industry.
Yeah.
After they kind of went off, where do you hear Pierce Brosnan that much? Where you hear was Anthony Dalton, wasn't he one of them? The one before Pierce Brosnan?
Yeah, I think so.
And then Craig, Daniel Craig, he's kind of
And to be fair about Pedro Pascal, this dude's been acting for like 40 years.
Yeah,
he's finally
he was in the Buffy television show. It took all those years. It wasn't like he was like Game of Thrones. Red Viper made that dude's career.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. He was fired.
Yeah, I know we complain about him being everywhere, but again, same way. Make your money, man. Make your money.
Yeah. I think you can be a good actor, but I think you have to be selective.
That one dude from Twisters, the white guy,
from Top Gun and everything.
Yeah, dude from Top Gun Maverick. He was in Twisters. He was in a Cindy Sweeney movie. Like he was everywhere for a little bit too. You just gotta. That's the way Hollywood is, man.
He did a real good movie with Jonathan Majors. The Korean War pilot movie. That was a real. If you haven't, what's it called?
I know you're talking about.
And if you haven't seen that, it's really good.
And the guy that plays the newest version of Captain Kirk, he was
Chris Pine. Yeah, that dude was high. He was everywhere too, and he actually turned down Star Trek 4 because he wanted to get paid a certain amount of money.
Devotion.
I bet you $100 he'll take whatever they give him now because that's the way Hollywood is. Anyway, show went on a little longer. Yeah. We took hardly no topics and we made topics out of it. So boom. Thank you guys. Danny, where can the people let me find your thingy? Where can the people find you, sir?
You can find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom. It is on Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where I upload my videos. Also, you can find me sometime on Sundays doing a little thing where I call now Dapper Danny's, where I try to showcase certain outfits. Also on this show on Sundays at 8 p.m. and also on Guy Scar's channel, The Hangout on Wednesday at 8 p.m. along with DJ.
Cool beans. Thank you, Danny. DJ, where can the people find you, sir?
You guys find my channel, Token Black Guy. Like Danny said, Wednesday nights with Gascar and Danny over there on the Hangout. Here Sunday nights and every other Sunday night with Rob on RSG, where we talk about the gaming industry.
Awesome. Gascar, where can the people find you, sir?
Pero ya tú sabes, papi, you can find me at the Basco Scenario. The show's at 8 p.m. every Wednesday called The Hangout with the two gentlemen. That's right here. And sometimes we're lucky enough to get Rob.
Yeah, sometimes.
AKA the Lurker.
The Lurker.
Hey, I've been so busy at work, I couldn't lurk in nowhere, man. Super busy. But I did catch y'all. I actually looked for your show this past week.
We did,
and I didn't see one on.
Yeah, on Thursday.
That's probably
why.
I
was coming back to the country, so I was getting everything in line here.
So appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate all your super chats, guys. The IRS thanks you very much. So
we got a short week this week, thank goodness.
Short week for man, not for me.
Short week. Yeah, Juneteenth we get off. Where I work at.
Oh, really?
Tomorrow's gonna be
double. I kept telling my job that first year we got that day off. Now they're not giving us that day off,
bro. I first started, we only had like 8 vacation. Now we got like 15, 16.
Yeah, and we're a government contractor. We should get that day off.
It could be KKK day. They give us be paid. I don't care.
Well, they used to have Confederate Day in South Carolina. Remember that, Danny?
They still got it, but they don't give it to us. They give it to banks.
Yeah, we got to get out of school for that.
If they give it to me, I'll sure take it.
Wow.
Hey, paid holiday, paid holiday.
I ain't gonna like it. I just gotta make sure my bank account is right.
Wow. You ain't never lied, Eddie.
I'm getting paid for this?
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
I'm mad, but all right.
All right, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming on, and we will be doing the Storm Nation stream in about 5 minutes. So hope to see you guys over at that stream. Thank you guys, and have a great rest of your week. Stay safe out there. People are psychos.
Muchachos.
Later.